For more on the housing crisis in Los Angeles and the challenges for people just looking for a place to live after losing everything, I want to bring in Jason Oppenheim. He's the president and founder of the real estate brokerage, the Oppenheim Group, and you probably know him as one of the stars of the Netflix show Selling Sunset. He also announced he will be donating $100,000 to the Los Angeles Fire and Police Department. Jason, thanks for joining Top Story tonight. You are in the real estate business, right? So high prices would be good business for you, but you're sickened by what you're seeing out there. Explain to our viewers why.
So we offered our services for free to anyone that had been displaced by the fires. We've received dozens of people calling us and emailing us from Altadena to the Palisades. So I was on the MLS searching for homes for people, and I kept seeing these up arrows. And I never see up arrows. It was not a strong rental market. You don't have people increasing their rents. And I couldn't believe it. So I started taking screenshots and posting them on social media. And then I did some research, and it was pretty obvious that they were breaking the law. I mean, there's a penal code out there. The government created a state of emergency. So since then, I've just been trying to get some press to let landlords know that what they're doing is not only immoral, but also illegal, and they need to stop.
Officials are calling it sick. They're calling it gross. Talk to me about the percentage increases you were seeing.
First, I don't want to paint everyone as taking advantage of the situation. Most landlords, and a lot of my clients have called and offered to put their properties on the market at or below market and to increase supply. But there absolutely were some bad apples. Some of the ones that I posted were, someone was asking in Altadena $4,500, and then the next day it was $6,000 when they couldn't get $4,500 a month previously. I sent a client to a property that was asking $13,000 a month. He offered $20,000 a month because there were so many people at the house. He offered to pay 6 months in advance, and the landlord came back and asked for $23,000 a month. But when I heard that, I don't know, I went ballistic. I just couldn't believe it. We're out here with a hard enough job representing hundreds of displaced families, and we have very few properties, and we have to deal with greedy land. I couldn't take it.
How hard is it for your clients that are looking for a place out there? I've spoken to a lot of families who say they look at a property and there are 50 people all bidding for the same property, and then they're asking very personal questions. They want people of high incomes to be renting these homes now as well. I mean, it's very difficult out there.
It's almost impossible. We have clients competing against other clients right now. Every house that comes on the market, if it even comes on the market, gets 15 applications in the first day. The unfortunate truth is that a lot of people that want to live in the communities where they grew up and the communities where their children go to school, they're not going to be able to. We need to increase supply, and unfortunately, we haven't even seen the people come off the sidelines yet that are in hotels that haven't even been able to receive authorization from their insurance companies so they can go out into the marketplace. It's going to actually get worse.
You're an expert in real estate. You know Los Angeles maybe better than anyone. What do you think happens?
Insurance, for the people that aren't insured, I don't even want to it's too heartbreaking to even discuss. But for those that are insured, I'm not sure that a lot of these people want to rebuild their homes. These are people in their 60s, 70s, a dentist, a nurse. These aren't contractors. These people aren't equipped or prepared to spend 3 years of their life managing a complicated build project. But the truth is, we're going to need to probably have developers buy the land from people who have already lost their homes. And honestly, it's the job of the real estate agents now to make sure that they get very fair prices for their land. And we do not represent people that are trying to take advantage of people that have already lost their homes. But it is going to be difficult. We will rebuild, I have no question.
Yeah, before you go, I do want you to mention why you decided to donate so much money to the police and firefighters. The effort they've done here has been incredible.
It's not so much money, but I appreciate that. The truth is that we've been underfunding the very departments and organizations that we need to protect our citizens. We spend billions of dollars on these high-speed trains from Bakersfield to Merced that will be outdated with autonomous vehicles by the time these things are built in 15 years. And yet we're cutting budgets of the most important institutions and departments to keep us safe. It's frustrating. I want to draw attention to it. and I'm just doing what I can, I guess.
Jason Oppenheim, we thank you for taking the time coming on Top Story, and I'm sure those first responders will appreciate that donation. The real estate market here is going to be possibly in a crisis mode very soon. We thank you for your expertise.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.